One thing that we found that's really needed is a place for gatherings, parties, and events. Driving by this property for the past 10 years, it's been vacant and empty. Those kinds of properties are opportunities. When we first purchased this property, we asked and engaged the community for their ideas to solicit a name. And the Facebook comments started pouring in. And one individual took a lot of time and thought about the intent, about the purpose of the Elks. She pointed me in the direction of understanding the story of Charles Vivian. When you read the story and how the Elks was formed, it inspired me and inspired our design and architecture team to commemorate his life and story and the next generation of our community.
The moving spirit for the Elks was an Englishman named Charles Algernon Sidney Vivian. Born October 22, 1842, this son of a clergyman was a successful comic singer and dancer in the music halls of London. In November 1867, Vivian arrived in New York City to try his fortune. Other actors and entertainers soon gravitated toward his magnetic personality. With everything closed on Sunday because of New York City blue laws, a group of theatrical people began meeting for their own amusement under Vivian's leadership. A loose organization was formed to make sure the larder was well stocked for these gatherings. They called themselves the Jolly Corks. When one of their members died shortly before Christmas in 1867, leaving his wife and children destitute, the Jolly Corks decided that in addition to good fellowship, they needed a more enduring organization to serve those in need. On February 16, 1868, they established the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks and elected Vivian to head it.
The history of the Elks Lodge in this community is deep. The property first began as a home over 100 years ago. It's thinking about the innovators, creators, people that joined that club to become a member in a way of serving the community and giving back. Today, we need that venue to celebrate. We need that place where people can celebrate their significant other, enjoy that retirement that they've worked so hard and celebrate that party. And then a place for meetings and events. We see the Vivian as being that destination. It's very special when you can work with developers, architects, contractors to bring a rendering and experience to life.
I am super excited to bring to the community a space where everyone can gather and hold community events, create magical weddings, and just be that go-to place in the downtown that will also help feed all of our restaurants and bars and retail establishments to just, and not only that, but support the baker, support the florist, support all these other businesses that really go into events and weddings.
When you're in a property, you feel the energy that was here. I think back, even my own parents, they got married in the Methodist church next door, and they did their wedding reception here in the 70s. And there's so many other families and stories that we need to bring this building and this property into relevance for that next generation of families, couples, businesses that can benefit from the Vivian being that place for gathering. The Elks Club has seen many expansions, additions, changes over the last 100 years. There was a renovation that took place in 1956, another renovation in 1968. The property evolved as the community had different needs and demands.
We had our eye on the Elks building for quite some time and just didn't exactly know what we could do with it, but there was so much history with it. So many people in the community got married here. I mean, I've talked to numerous people. I'm a member of the Moose Lodge locally, and a lot of those folks actually used to hang out here at the Elks. And so they've shown me so much history. People who started running around here in diapers to then got married here, and there's just so much rich history that we can't wait to kind of tie into the project, but also have all the modern amenities that you would find in a new wedding and event center.
The founder of our order died in his wife Imogene's arms while on tour in Leadville, Colorado. His grave was marked only by a wooden plank upon which someone had crudely scratched his name with a nail. The legacy of Charles Vivian continues to this day. As long as there are those who need help, the Elks will be there to give aid and comfort.
History is important. Every single day we uncover and discover new things that happened, before us. And that same history and legacy is what we want to create and leave behind for those that come after us.